Hey guys, part 2 of the weekly update is here, and today we've learned some new news about the mysterious exotic scout rifles that we've all been wondering about. Starting off, I want to cover exactly what's up with the Fate of All Fools and 347 Vesta Dynasty. So it looks like neither of these weapons will be available to the public anytime soon, or maybe not ever. In an interview with Game Reactor, Luke Smith talked about how these weapons were data mined, but they're not actually there for you to go and find. Check out exactly what he said.
House of Wolves, we have 3 new exotics now that people have been earning, but there were 2 more. Are they in the game, or is that coming later? The 2 scout rifles?
This is about data mining and about seeing what's going to be in there. Those are just things that were in the data files that we didn't ship in the House of Wolves. They're not there for you to go look for.
Okay, cool.
So there you have it. I was hopeful these would be introduced later to keep things fresh, or maybe in a month or two after House of Wolves has been out, but it doesn't look like that's the case. It's weird because the 347 has an updated icon, and you can even see an in-game screenshot of it, but I really just don't know at this point. As for the Fate of All Fools, we do know one person has it, and we made a video showing off the weapon a while ago, so he may be the only person that will own it. I guess we'll just have to wait and see for now. The rest of the interview questions were pretty good too, so I encourage you guys to go watch the full interview. You'll find a link to that in the description. And before we go over the weekly update, I wanted to include a bit about the interview here where Luke talks about all the weapon balance. We were actually talking about this on our last podcast.
This is weapon balance, and I would actually say overall this is one of the games I've played where most guns are viable, but we do have, I think some people are more vocal than others. A gun like the Thorn, people are getting annoyed with, and I used to love playing with auto rifle, playing with the Surus. Is that something you're still looking at, or have any comments to like weapon balancing with that?
Yeah, so one of the things, like, we've updated Destiny since the game shipped 30 plus times to players. Like we've pushed more patches than we've ever pushed to players before. We are always looking at the weapons. We're looking at usage. We're seeing what people are using too much, what they're not using enough. And we want to continue to change the scales on how things are. Like things come in and out of fashion. Auto rifles were really in fashion when the game shipped, and now they're not being used very widely. Like, we want to continue to tilt the scales. Like the rise of the exotic hand cannon, we're aware of it too, and we want to make sure that like every weapon archetype sort of has its age.
But it's also, you don't want to take away from like that it's fun using the Hawkmoon and the Thorn and all that stuff right now.
Yeah, and what you're talking about with Hawkmoon and Thorn, and I'm going to throw a last word in there too, are weapons with flow. Like this design flow, like the last word is fun to use. It's a fanfire weapon with like beautiful animations. It might just kill you a little bit too fast right now. And so when we look at messing with the weapons, or when we look at tuning, we don't want to tune out the flow. We want to retain the flow, the thing that makes the gun fun, but just make sure that it's not overpowering, it's not dominating your decision making.
Now let's go over part 2 of the weekly update. It's honestly pretty scarce. The main point I want to bring to your attention to are the Bungie.net changes, in which you're now able to set a status. You log into the site, click your profile, and then you can enter custom text for others to read. Soon this is coming to Android and iPhone as well, so it's basically just an easy way to see what your friends are up to and what they're looking for. Also, Bungie reminds us that Bungie Day is on July 7th, so expect some fun festivities then. Ending off, they featured the Guardian Down video, which I'm sure many of you guys have seen. I want to bring special attention to the Twitch stream that will be held at the Dads of Destiny channel. There's going to be a 36-hour marathon stream to help raise money for cystic fibrosis, so definitely be sure to tune into that. And that about wraps up part 2 of the weekly update. I'm actually getting ready to sit down and start the podcast right now, and we're going to talk about a lot of what's been on your mind this past week. Anyway guys, I'll see you later. This has been Patrick Casey with Planet Destiny, your guide to the Destiny universe.